can read this translation. Did you already read it? No.
Gopinath?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
O Gopinath, please hear my prayer. I am wicked and materialist, always addicted to worldly desires, and I possess no good qualities. Right.
Now we're going to have to read this. We're going to have to read this song, each one of us who are reading it, as if we're actually praying. Okay? Not just reading.
I'll try again.
Oh, Gopinath, yeah, materialistic person.
My false ego is saying that I'm not, but I know that
Oh, really? You're false ego? Okay.
Thinks that I'm something. Oh, Gopinath, please hear my prayer. I am a wicked materialist, always addicted to worldly desires, and I possess no good qualities.
Oh, Gopinath.
Wait. Now tell how that is true.
Well, let's see. Without going into the details of material life, I just see that I've been giving such opportunity growing up in a Vaishnava family, and how I've squandered it millions and millions of times over every second, every day of my life. I see things that I could have done better, and I haven't done it, and then I can't play the ignorant card. So I know, I've heard from Vaishnavas, and I know what to do, and yet I still don't do it.
Yeah.
So I must be wicked.
Yeah. I think, though, there's no one who this song does not apply to. Because if even Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself is feeling this way, what to speak of us? Whatever our birth was, is, or whatever. We've been in this material world since time immemorial. How many times we've had the human form, we don't know. Probably millions of times. So, this song, just to let you know, when we were singing this song at the Gopinath temple in Vrindavan, the Radha Gopinath temple, with Gurudev during Kartik. And actually, I think it was Krishna Das Prabhu who sang, but he sang such a heartfelt melody. And it was really the first time that I was in that temple with Gurudev. In 1994, first time I came on Braj Mandala Parikrama. And Gurudev spoke there, but this song was sung. And with this song before, but not so thoroughly familiar, We had our songbook at that time. And one thing that they mentioned during that darshan was that Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Swami Maharaj, he told his instruction, he said, actually, we should sing this prayer every day. Every day we should sing this prayer. Now, you may or may not get around to singing it every day, but he was stressing the importance for our bhajan to deeply meditate upon each and every verse. There's, as you can see, there's 3 separate sections of this song. Okay? Quite long song. And generally we only sing the first part. But whatever verses that we sing, we should feel how Bhaktivinoda Thakur is feeling, and we should feel even lower. So this is the remedy, actually. This is the remedy to our condition. When we can heartfully, sincerely pray, with focus, with concentration, with deep, earnest heart, actually feeling very agitated in heart because of our fallen condition. Truly, trying to see that. Because, look, where are we right now? Where are we right now?
In a prison house.
Okay, describe it.
This material world.
Each one of us.
Constantly our senses are taking us this way and that way.
How long have we been here?
Unlimited. Unknown.
For
cellular.
We're sitting here right now with our little tiny span of life. You see? And we're completely oblivious to the fact that we have been struggling, drowning in the material ocean of birth and death since forever. Anadi Kal means time without beginning. It's not actually time without beginning. So long, the Acharyas have called it Anadi Kal. Now, this is understood by us, felt by us, what to speak of realized by us, unless we sincerely bow down to Krishna, to Gopinath, and admit our condition. It's difficult for us conditioned souls ourselves. But if you can get a glimpse of your Atma and the condition that you've been in, and how this suffering is unending. Whether you go to the heavenly planets or down to the lowest, suffering continues. All different forms of sufferings. Forgetfulness, avidya, ignorance. So we have to, what's the word? We have to identify with this. We have to try to bring this into our conscious mind. Into our conscious mind. Actually, this is really my predicament. Not just that we're singing someone else's song. This is written for us to sing, because this is what we need to say to Krishna. This is what we need to open our heart and admit to the Lord. Only by this is called akshepa. Akshepa means regret. Regret and shame. And this will bring purification of the heart. In the second shloka of Sikshastakam, Nam Namakari Bahuda Nijasara Shaktis. What is Mahaprabhu teaching us to feel about our predicament in that second shloka?
That even though the holy name has power to deliver me, still I have no attraction.
And therefore I'm what? Durdaivam. You know the meaning? Durdaivam means very unfortunate. I'm very unfortunate. Durdaivam idrisha mihajani. Why? Na anuraga. I have no anurag. Even though Krishna has come in this most merciful form, but I have no attraction for his holy names. He's made it so easy. Not only that, he has placed Nija Sarva Shaktis, all of his potencies, infinite potencies, in his holy name. And Tatrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaha. Krishna has not given restrictions to the chanting of his holy names, such as for various Vedic mantras, but for his, no niyamas, no rules and regulations. This is how merciful Krishna has come in that form. So, etadrishi tava kripa. By your causeless mercy, your kripa, you have made it very easy to approach you for the conditioned souls. Bhagavan mamapi durdaivam. But still, I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction to your holy names. This is the first verse of Mahaprabhu teaching in the Sikshastakam what should be our mood and our meditation all the time. Because this second verse is effect, which is what?
Cheto Darpana.
Yes, Cheto Darpanam Marjanam. Cleansing of the heart. This mood must come in our chanting, in our prayers, in our sadhana, feeling ourselves to be very unfortunate and very fallen and having no actual attraction. So, if we feel like this, then Krishna's mercy, Guru's mercy, sadhus, Vaishnavas, all will come to us. But if we're not trying to focus consciously in this way, then our chanting and so forth will be quite external. Always there is some benefit, but not the benefit that we need, to the extent that we need it. Will only come when we become conscious. Yeah? We should be conscious who we are, what is our position. Just like when Sanatana Goswami came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the Sanatana Siksha, and he took a blade of grass in his mouth, in his teeth, and did dhamma. And then when he sat up, he requested Mahaprabhu to please tell him, enlighten him, who am I? Who am I? Every single one of us, doesn't matter how we were born, where we were born, what family, this, that, we're all going to have to ask this question very deeply. Who am I? And why am I here suffering in the material world from the threefold miseries all the time? Why? These two questions he asked from Mahaprabhu. As if he certainly was. And even Mahaprabhu told him, answer to these questions, but for the sake of the fallen souls you're asking. But we should not think that these great Vaishnavas don't feel that. Otherwise, all these songs, a few hundred songs written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, if he's not feeling what he's writing, then it's quite superficial. But these great personalities, when Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj writes in his song, the Mangalartik song, what does he say at the very end of the song? The last verse.
Dina.
He says, Abhaga Keshava Kari Namasam Kirtan. Abhaga Keshava. Means no bhaga, no good fortune. I'm unfortunate. His disciples in the Devananda Gaudiya Math, they did not like to sing that line. They still have to sing it. But some thought, we cannot address our Guru as being unfortunate. No, but he is singing that about himself. And therefore, Srila Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Maharaj told, no, you must sing it.
Like an order.
Yes, obviously, because this is Guru teaching us how we should feel.
There was that story of Gurudev.
Well, one more thing about that. Then, what they did was they amended it. They said, Shri Keshava Dasa Kori Nama Sankirtan. Instead of Abhaga Keshava Kori. So what they do is they first of all sing Shri Keshava Dasa Kori, then they sing Abhaga, they do both at the end of the song. You're saying?
Oh, so you know that the pastime I heard about regards to that with Gurudev?
So you can tell?
It's Gurudev, while Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj and Gurudev Maharaj was still here, he was singing that song. I guess he was singing it, and then so Gurudev sung it, and either afterwards or during or something, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj said, oh, you think I'm so more, he called him out on it, he said, oh, you think that I'm like this? That's what, I heard this in Radhi Kunj. I don't know, it was from one of the boys there, and I forget who it was, and then so it was like, so then at that point, I don't know if Gurudev is the one, because there was controversy, because the reason it came up is because a Bengali devotee, a little senior Bengali devotee came and he didn't sing the Abhaga Keshava, he just sang Sri Keshava Dasakoti, and then some of the other devotees were like, oh, we should sing both. And so then that's how it came up.
Oh, you mean this is in Radhikunj?
This is in Radhikunj, yeah, but the story was
But then the story was told after that.
How Gurudev was singing it in front of his Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
And that his Guru Maharaj said, oh, you think I am just an unfortunate person?
I never heard that one. Anyway, he wrote it.
Yeah.
About himself. So, the main thing is that we really are unfortunate. We need lots of special help. We need lots of mercy and help. Unlimited we need to get out of this predicament. And therefore we have to learn how to pray the songs that our acharyas have prayed. They have written all these songs for us to meditate upon in our own sadhana bhajan. So we can finish reading this song.
O Gopinath, you are my only hope. I have taken shelter at your lotus feet. I am your servant. I personally have no real hope, even though it looks as if this is exactly opposite of everything like in the Tony Robbins success story of the world and Maya. We should have hope, and then we're also very fortunate. But actually, that's why I'm taking shelter of Srila Gurudev and
Gopinath.
And Gopinath. to get to know shelter of Srila Gurudev, because I can't possibly even have any hope of knowing Gopinath without him.
Yes. One thing is this, that Sri Guru is teaching us how to worship Krishna, right? We are not chanting Guru's name, the Guru Maha Mantra. We are chanting Krishna's names. We are worshipping on the altar by the mercy of Guru, with his blessings. We are worshipping Krishna. The songs that are sung about Krishna, his names, Yasomati Nandana Brajavarana, these are for us to meditate on Krishna. So this is not a Guru song. There are many Guru songs where we're praying to Guru for mercy, but this is where Guru and our Param Guru and our Guru Parampara are giving to us how we should pray to that Gopinath, who is our ultimate goal. He is to develop love for Gopinath. Why Gopinath? Because Gopinath is representing Prayojan. He is the deity of the final attainment of Krishna praying and specific type of Krishna praying. So Guru has given us the sadhana that we should sing in what is it called? Krama, sequence. First Guru, then Vaishnavas, then Gaur, Nityananda, then even we can chant songs about Kirtan, Harinam, different names, but then Krishna and Radha. Yes, so we should do this every day. Every day we should be thinking about Krishna, praying to Krishna, as Krishna himself tells us to do. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. So Gurudev came and preached everywhere so that we can learn to think about Krishna. We were just hearing this yesterday in the Ramananda Sambad, question asked by Mahaprabhu, and for the last few days. Continually, what is the song? Radha Krishna. Who should we meditate upon? The name, form, qualities, pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Like this. So this is our sadhana. And this particular song is a prayer to Gopinath.
Our practice.
It's true what you're telling, that without Guru and without his mercy, no possibility. But he wants us also to come to the standard where we're also praying to Gauranga, to Nityananda Prabhu, to the associates, to Radha and Krishna, like that. Then our sadhana, it starts to come onto the platform of real sadhana, not imitation sadhana. So next verse.
O Gopinath, how will you purify me? I do not know what bhakti is, and my materialistic mind is absorbed in mundane, fruitive activities. I have fallen into a dark and perilous worldly existence. So, wondering how it is that Gopinath will purify me, I don't have any idea, but he has an idea, and I should be willing to allow that idea to manifest. Otherwise, what am I doing? I have my own ideas, which is my mind being absorbed in so many plans. For what? For myself, for sense gratification. But here, I'm saying instead of that, rectify me. Forget my plans. Please engage your plans in purifying me. Because, why? Because I admit that I'm here in a world that is by nature dark, and it's perilous, it's dangerous. So these are entreaties.
Yeah, because for us to understand how it will be possible, we can't even conceive how it's going to happen. Because we're so deeply sunk. How is it going to happen? How will this endless, or as Prabhupada called it, causeless unwillingness to surrender to the Lord and to serve Him, causeless unwillingness of the conditioned soul. Prabhupada wrote that in his Vyas Puja offering, 1936. So, but we have to pray to Krishna because, He knows everything. He knows everything. He knows us. He knows all of our lives. He knows everything. And we know nothing. So we can't even begin to conceive how this is going to take place. But Krishna assures us, don't worry, I'm in your heart. You just try to surrender to me, and I'll arrange everything. Everything will very easily be arranged. It's very true. It's very easy for Krishna to arrange all of this. It's not difficult for him. But he wants to see from our side that we are actually truly feeling very helpless. And that we're, look at this, Podeshi, samsara ghore. You know what samsara ghore means? Horrible, horrible material existence. We're sunk in this Podechi. We've fallen. And we don't even know what is bhakti. Just like in that prayer of Rupa Goswami, where he's saying, I don't even have a sesame seed of bhakti. And it's true. In comparison with the eternal associates, we don't even have a speck of bhakti. Karne jaramati means that jaramati means materialistic mind. Jaramati. Mati means also your intelligence. So what is my mind, my intelligence absorbed in? Always in karma. Fruit of activities, sense gratification. So, Gopinath, Sakali Tomar Maya. Gopinath, everything is your Maya. All that I see, this whole material ocean, it's your illusory energy. And me, Nahi mam bolo, I have no strength. Jnana sunirmala, I have no pure knowledge. And svadin nahe ekai. Svadin means that I'm not independent. Svadin nahe ekai. I am not free from this control of the material nature. Everything is under your control, O Gopinath, because this is your Maya. O Gopinath, niyata charane sthana. This wicked soul, weeping piteously, Kandya, Kandya, he's begging for an eternal place, niyata charanasthana. O Gopinath, please give me an eternal place at your charana, at your lotus feet. Korohe karanadan, bestow your mercy upon me. Gopinath, tumito sakaliparo. O Gopinath, you actually are capable of everything. Tumito sakaliparo. Sakaliparo means you can do anything. Anything you can do. So, you have the power to deliver all wicked persons. Durjane tarite tomara shakati. This is your potency, your power. Tomara shakati. Durjane tarite. All the most durjanas, oh, this is your power. You can deliver them. Keache papira ar. Who else is there? Who else is there that this sinner can turn to, aside from you? You can make all these arrangements. We have to have this faith in Krishna, this confidence and this intelligence to understand all these fine points. Otherwise, we'll always be thrown here and there by the modes of material nature. But otherwise, if we do this, that pure intelligence will come because Krishna can make it happen. We are trying, all of us, we're trying, and also failing. But we're trying. We have not stopped. In this life, we're trying continually. And do not think that Krishna is not aware of everything. He's aware of whatever sincere efforts. Like even Gurudev used to say, just one drop, one tear. Even it's told that if Nityananda Prabhu sees that anyone has one single tear for Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he immediately gives himself to that person. All these things are realities. They're all realities. Gopinath Tumi Kripa Parabara. Oh, Gopinath, you are an ocean of mercy. Jivera Karane Asya Prapanche. You have come into this material world. You yourself have descended into this material world of 5 elements. Why? For the sake of the living entities. Jivera Karane Asya Prapanche Lila Koile Subistar. And you are displaying your divine pastimes. Lila Koile Subistar. That's why you've come into this material world of the 5 elements. You've descended for the sake of the jivas. And you're displaying your divine pastimes, which will deliver all the jivas. Then he says, Gopinath Amiki Dosher Doshi. Dosher Doshi. Oh Gopinath, how sinful I am. Dosher Doshi. Dosher Doshi is being translated as how sinful I am. But what does dosha mean? It means fault. I am the epitome of all faults, of all sins, basically. What Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling. And all the asuras, Asura Sakala, Pailo Charana, all the asuras, they have attained your lotus feet. All the demons that you've killed, they've attained your lotus feet. But Vinod Takila Bosi, only this Bhakti Vinod is simply waiting. Okay? This is how to talk to God. This is how to talk to Gopinath, to Krishna, like this. And then the next other 2 sections. Maybe we can read those next 2 days. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai.
The next 2 sections will be sung in the same meter.
Yeah. Well, there's a few different melodies.
Yeah.
He was singing, which melody you were singing?
Vishnu Jan.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. It's not that melody.
There's the one where they get I don't know if it's the same one. Did Vishnu Jan do like the Hey Gopina, Hey Gopina? If they go back to the refrain, like a refrain where they sing like that.
I think so. Yeah.
I've done it some morning tune too.
Yeah. Almost every song can be sung to some variation of the morning melody. Because after all, that's what they do in the morning. The Gaudiya Math. Almost all the songs they sing are in the morning melody. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Mangayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurun Dinataranam Mancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhe Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaura Trise Nama. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavachai Namo Nama Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. My Dandavat pranams to the lotus feet of my Diksha and Siksha Gurudevs, Nitya Lila Pravishtom Vishnupad, Paramahansa Statarasata Sri Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. And Nitya Lila Pravishtom Vishnupad, Paramahansa Statarasata Sri Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhara Goswami Maharaj. And Nitya Lila Pravishtom Vishnupad, Paramahansa Astatarasata Sri Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. My Dandavat pranams to all my Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga. My Dandavat pranams to the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas. So, this morning I was reviewing what I've been mentioning in the last few classes about Srila Gurudev's. Hey, no phone.
Oh, sorry.
No phone. You know what? We actually made a rule that everybody agreed to. No phones in the temple room.
Only one.
The temple.
Well, yeah.
You mean using them or actually?
Yeah, using them. You can keep them.
Oh, yeah.
But no looking at your phones in the temple room, especially during Hari Katha or Kirtan.
Unless
And
we're
you
following
can
a
have your
book that we're from.
That's different, but don't cheat. You see, I'm following in my book, but actually I'm checking my email. No phones allowed. This is the highest activity, even in ordinary, mundane, meetings of companies and corporations, they don't allow phones now. Yeah. So what to speak of? Krishna's personally coming as Harikatha. Do you know that Krishna personally comes as Harikatha? And if you're looking at your phone and not listening, this is a complete offense against Krishna in the form of Harikatha. That's why we chant the Mahamantra at the end. We have to chant the Mahamantra at the end of Harikatha. You know why? Because Krishna just came in the form of Harikatha. You have to chant his name. See? So what I was about to say is that I've been mentioning about the very, very incredible presentation that Srila Gurudev made in the Venugit introduction. And it's so very relevant. I read it this morning. Not fully, but I reviewed. And I thought, we have to read this. The devotees have to hear this. And they have to understand this. And now I'm going to ask you, how many of you have read that introduction to the Venugita? When?
In 1996 was the first time.
Yeah.
When's the last time?
Over a decade.
I've never read it, so I guess.
A long time ago, over a decade.
You read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Not read. Ever. Did you read the Venugita?
No, I didn't read it.
Okay. Okay. Everyone's going to get their scores.
I just feel like there's books that are too hot. Like, I have to read other books before I read the book. That's just how...
It's okay. Don't worry.
That's why I'm
That's why I'm going to read the introduction. Because it's so important. And you know what? Because it was, in the purports that we've been reading of Srila Prabhupada the last few classes, he has given a very serious warnings, correct? Have we not heard about Prabhupada's serious warnings in about 3 major purports? Even though Mahaprabhu is asking Ramananda Roy, what should we always think about? What should we meditate upon? And he's directly saying, Radha and Krishna, name, form, quality. Then in the purport, Prabhupada is giving warnings. So I thought this is a very interesting topic for us, because you know why? Because we, in this particular Sangha, should be very aware and very capable of explaining why our Gurudev spoke the subject matters that he did. If we're real disciples, we should know this, and therefore, for us, and for all jivas, especially Vaishnavas, Gurudev has written this introduction to explain his entire preaching mission. You know that? Before he even went to the West, he wrote this. About a year before that, he wrote this.
It's one of his first books, right?
Yeah.
The early one.
But this introduction Gurudev wrote in Hindi. But as I told the other day, the first version was taken from English discourses that Gurudev gave. But later on, like this next edition, 2009, then Gurudev actually wrote his whole commentary in Hindi. And that is very amazing. That's the current book edition that we have. So that introduction was exactly the same. What did not change from the first version to the later versions. We've been getting smatterings of this through this reading in the various purports and also even in the verses. But this introduction is so excellent. Philosophically, it's so perfectly, ironclad, showing why it is necessary to hear these topics. On one hand, we are told those who are liberated souls, just like we were reading in the purport, where was that? I'll find it for you, where Prabhupada is saying, although these affairs may be very pleasing both to conditioned and to liberated souls. What affairs? That means Radha Krishna Leela. But the conditioned soul should not try to hear them. Here's a warning. The talks between Ramananda Roy and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are conducted on the platform of liberation. If one is not liberated and listens to a relation of the rasa dance, he may remember his own mundane activities and illicit connections with some woman whose name may also be Radha. In the conditioned stage, one should not even try to remember such things. See? So, my point is this, that we're practically now at the end, of the Rai Ramananda Samvad. But actually it doesn't end. Because the Rai Ramananda Samvad is the entire expansion of all the books of our acharyas, all the 6 Goswamis, Srimad Bhagavatam, but the essence has been put forward in the Rai Ramananda Samvad. Now, after hearing that, we're going to have to study those books, one by one, for our eternal benefit and upliftment. And because that's what's going to happen if we study those books. So I decided that I wanted to read that introduction and discuss it so that we really understand what is the proper attitude to have, the proper approach, what do the Shastras actually say, what is the intention of the Acharyas, why is Mahaprabhu performing this lila, this pastime, where he's inquiring from Ramananda Roy. Why are there 5 songs in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam which are sung by the gopis, which are considered to be the 5 pranas, the 5 life airs of Srimad Bhagavatam. Also the 5 chapters of Ras Lila, Ras Pancha Adhyay. See? So we should know these things. We should philosophically deeply understand and Chaitanya Charitamrita. What is the actual philosophy put forward by Krishnadas Kaviraj? Why is he giving all these things? Gurudev is quoting him in his introduction. Why? Krishnadas Kaviraj was admitting that he really shouldn't tell these things. However, he's going to. And why is that? That's what we're going to study.
Yes, they could be lost.
No, he didn't say that.
Mundane
No, that's Gurudev's telling.
people who won't understand anyway. Something.
Yes, if they don't have the qualification, automatically they cannot enter. And then he's telling, what could be a more happy thing than this? And Gurudev utilized those verses of Krishnadas Kaviraj to validate his own preaching mission. But we should understand this. So, I'm going to begin that this evening, but I'm also, for a short time, going to read some of these verses from Ramananda Samvad. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga. Dharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Govinda Jiyo Ki Jai Shri Jagannatha Baladev Subhadra Sudai Shri Jai Gauranga Ki Jai. So the next morning, Mahaprabhu, Donhe Nija Nija Karye Chalila Vihani. The next morning, both of them departed to perform their respective duties. But in the evening, Ramananda Roy returned to meet the Lord again. Ishtagoshti, Krishna Katha, Kari Katha Kshana. Here's the word Ishtagoshti, in spiritual discussion of Krishna Katha. Katha Kshana. So that evening, after discussing the topics of Krishna for some time, Ramananda Roy caught hold of the lotus feet of the Lord, and he spoke to him as follows. Krishna Tattva, Radha Tattva, Prem Tattva Sar, Rasa Tattva, Lila Tattva, Vividha Prakar. There is a variety of transcendental truths, tattvas. The truth about Krishna, the truth about Radharani, the truth about their loving affairs, the truth about transcendental humors, rasa tattva, and the truth about the Lord's pastimes, lila tattva. So, eta tattva mor chitte koile prakash. You, O my Lord, have manifested all these transcendental truths in my heart. This is exactly the way that Narayan educated Lord. Who? Who did Lord Narayan educate?
Brahma.
Brahmaji. This is exactly the way that Lord Narayan educated Lord Brahma, with the Vedic knowledge. So in the purport, Prabhupada is saying that the heart of Brahma was enlightened by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is Vedic information that is given in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad. How this happened. Yo Brahmanam vidadati purvam, yo vai vedamscha prahinoti tasmai, tamha devam atma buddhi prakasham, mumukshur vai sharanam aham prapadye. So this is from the Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Because I desire liberation, let me surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who first enlightened Lord Brahma in Vedic knowledge through Lord Brahma's heart. The Lord is the original source of all enlightenment, spiritual advancement. So in this connection, one may also refer to Srimad Bhagavatam, and he quotes 4 different verse locations here from Srimad Bhagavatam about the topic of how Lord Narayan enlightened the heart of Brahmaji. You know the Chatur Sloki Bhagavatam, the 4 slokas in which Bhagavatam was spoken to Lord Brahma? That was spoken by Lord Narayan. It's there in the 2nd canto. It's also mentioned in the 11th and 12th cantos. So now Ramananda Roy continued to tell Mahaprabhu that just like you have manifested all these tattvas in my heart, and this is just in the same way that Narayan educated Lord Brahma. Antaryami Ishwarer e riti hoy, bahire na kohe vastu prakash e hriday. So Ramananda Roy told that the super soul, the Antaryami, you know this word Antaryami? Antaryami means the within, Antar, and that means the super soul, the Paramatma. So Antaryami Ishwarer, the super soul within everyone's heart, he speaks not externally, but he speaks from within. He instructs the devotees in all respects, and that is his way of instruction. So here, Sri Ramananda Roy admits that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the super soul. You see, he's telling, you are Ishwar, you are the Antaryami, you're the one who has manifested all these truths in my heart. And it is the super soul that inspires the devotee. And therefore he is the original source of the Gayatri Mantra, which states, Om Bhur Bhuva Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodayat. Savita means is the original source of all intelligence. Tat Savitur Varenyam. So that Savita is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, 4th chapter. Prachodita, does that sound familiar? Prachodayat, prachodita. Yena pura sarasvati, vitanvatajasya satim smritim hridi, svalakshana pradur abut kilasyata, same rishinam rishabha prasidatam. May the Lord, who in the beginning of the creation amplified the potent knowledge of Brahma from within his heart, Very interesting choice of words. He amplified this potent knowledge of Brahma from within his heart. And he inspired him with full knowledge of creation and his own self. Knowledge of his own self. And who appeared to be generated from the mouth of Brahma. May he be pleased with me. This was spoken by Shukadev Goswami, this verse, when he invoked the blessings of the Supreme Personality of Godhead before delivering Srimad Bhagavatam to Maharaj Parikshit. Then the famous verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, number 1, is quoted here. Why is verse 1 being quoted here in this context of what Ramananda Roy is telling to Mahaprabhu? Because in the first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Tene Brahma Hrida Ya Adikavaye. If you ever study the first verse and the beautiful purport to that first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, written by Srila Vyasadeva, it's a Gayatri mantra actually, because it ends with Satyam Param Dhimahi, I meditate upon the Supreme Absolute Truth. So this first verse, many commentaries, especially Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Gurudev used to quote Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's presentation of the first verse as having 5 different ultimate meanings. One of them indicating Krishna, one of them indicating Mahaprabhu, one of them indicating Srimati Radhika, another one indicating Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like this. So, that verse is now being quoted. Janmadya Charteshu Vigyaswarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye Muhyanti Yatsuraya Tejo Vari Mridam Yata Vinimayo Yatra Trishargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. So Ramananda Roy is quoting this verse in his speaking with Mahaprabhu, because he's experiencing exactly the same thing that Lord Brahma experienced in the beginning of the creation. That Krishna enlightened the heart of Brahma. So he is admitting to Mahaprabhu that you have done this for me. So I'm reading the translation of this first verse. O my Lord, Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes, of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifest universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being, and by him even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion. Just as one is bewildered by the illusory representation of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by the reactions of the 3 modes of nature appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. This is the first verse. Such depth in this verse. and making it very clear who the Srimad Bhagavatam is going to be about. That absolute truth. Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. Invocation verse. So then, Ramananda Rai, he said that he had but one doubt within his heart. And he petitioned the Lord, please be merciful upon me and just remove my doubt. So now, Ramananda Roy told to Mahaprabhu that Pahile Deki Lun Tomar Sannyasi Swarup. That means that in the beginning, I first saw you, Dekilun, and I saw Tomar Sannyasi Swarup, that you had the form, you appeared as a sannyasi. Ebe Toma Deki Mui Shama Goparup. But now I am seeing you as Shama Sundar, the cowherd boy. Shama Gopa Rupa. Tomar Samuke Deki Kanchana Panchalika. Tar Gaur Kantye Tomar Sarva Anga Dhaka. I now see you appearing like a Kanchana Panchalika. The word is golden dal, a dal made of gold. So first I'm seeing you as sannyasi, and then I'm seeing you as a Shama Gopa Rupa, and now I'm dal. Tar Gaur Kantye. Your entire body appears covered by a golden luster. Sarva Anga Dhaka. You're covered, your whole body is covered by a golden luster. And that Shama Sundar is blackish. But here, Ramananda Roy says that he saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appear golden. The lustrous body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was covered by the bodily complexion of Srimati Radharani. Then Ramananda Roy says, Tahate prakata dekwam savamshi vadana. I see that you are holding a flute to your mouth. And nana bhave chanchala tahi kamala nayana. And your kamala nayana, your lotus eyes, they're moving very restlessly. Due to what? Nana bhave. So many different ecstasies that you are experiencing. E matta toma deki hoi chamatkar. I actually see you in this way, and this is very chamatkar. Chamatkar means astonishing, wonderful, very astonishing that I'm seeing you. Akapate kaha, Prabhu, karan ihar. Now, my Lord, please tell me, without duplicity, what is this? Because he told, he had one doubt, did he not? Did Ramananda Roy not say that to Mahaprabhu? I have one doubt. Now this is what I just described to you, what I am seeing. But this is very chamatkar. This is a very amazing thing, astonishing. So please tell me, what is causing this vision? Then, Shne Tomar Gadha Prem Hoy. You have very deep love for Krishna. And one who has such very deep ecstatic love for the Lord, naturally he sees things in such a way. Premar Swabhav E Jani Hanishchoy. Please take this from me to be certain. So what's going on here? Ramananda Roy is actually seeing Mahaprabhu in this astonishing way that actually he's the cowherd boy, holding the flute, restless eyes, looking for the gopis, but covered with a golden complexion. And yet, as a sannyasi. But what does Mahaprabhu tell? Oh, you're seeing like this because you are Premi Bhakta. You have such love for Krishna. And this is how persons who have such love for Krishna, they will naturally see things. They'll see Krishna everywhere. Then he says, Mahabhagavata deke stavara jangama. A devotee who is a Mahabhagavat, he's advanced on the spiritual platform. He sees everything movable and everything inert as the Supreme Lord. Tahan tahan hoy tar Shri Krishna spuran. Wherever he looks here, he looks there, but he sees Shri Krishna spuran. He sees the manifestation of Krishna. So Ramananda Roy had requested Mahaprabhu to tell without any kind of deception. But what does Mahaprabhu tell him? He's hiding. And then Mahaprabhu continued, oh, Stavara Jankama Deke, na Deke Taramurti. There's a famous verse here. That the Mahabhagavat, the advanced Vaishnava, he sees everything mobile and inert. That means Stavara, those who cannot move, and Jangama, moving. So he sees everything, mobile and inert, but Nadeke Taramurti, he doesn't exactly see their forms, Taramurti, but Sarvatra Hoy Nija Ishta Deva Spurti. Rather, everywhere, he immediately sees manifest Nija Ishtadeha, his own worshipable Lord, the form of his own Ishtadeva. So now Prabhupada is explaining that, yes, due to his deep ecstatic love for Krishna, the Mahabhagavat sees Krishna everywhere and nothing else. And this is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita, Premanjana Charita, Bhakti Vilochanena, Santak Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. Yam Shama Sundaram Achinte Gunaswarupa. The devotee sees something, be it movable or inert, he immediately remembers Krishna. And an advanced devotee is advanced in knowledge. This knowledge is very natural to a devotee, for he has already read in the Bhagavad Gita how to awaken Krishna consciousness. And according to the Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is telling in the 7th chapter, verse 8, Rasoham apsu kaunteya, prabhashmi shashi shuryayo, pranavak sarva vedeshu shabda ke purusham nishu. Krishna is telling to Arjuna, O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water. I am the light of the sun and the moon. I am the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether. And I am the ability in man. So thus, when a devotee drinks water or any other liquid, he immediately remembers Krishna. And for a devotee, there is no difficulty in awakening Krishna consciousness 24 hours a day. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, therefore, he's saying here, Stavara Jangama Deke, that a saintly person, an advanced devotee, sees Krishna 24 hours a day and nothing else. As far as movable and inert things are concerned, a devotee sees them all as transformations of Krishna's energy. And as Lord Krishna states in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, verse 4, Bhumir apo ano lano vayu kammano buddhirevacha ahankaram itiyam me binna prakatirashtada. What's the meaning of this verse?
That fire, air, ether, mind and consciousness and false ego, these are my separated elements.
How many?
8.
8. Ashtada. Ashta means 8. Binna prakritira ashtada. Binna means separated energy. So actually, Prabhupada's saying, actually nothing is separate from Krishna. Actually, nothing is separate from Krishna. So when a devotee sees a tree, he knows that the tree is a combination of two energies, material and spiritual. The inferior energy, which is material, forms the body of the tree. However, within the tree is the living entity, the spiritual spark, which is part and parcel of Krishna. This is the superior energy of Krishna within this world. So whatever living thing we see is simply a combination of these two energies. And when an advanced devotee sees these energies, he immediately understands that they are manifestations of the Supreme Lord. As soon as we see the sun rise in the morning, we are our morning duties. Similarly, as soon as a devotee sees the energy of the Lord, he immediately remembers Lord Sri Krishna. So this is explained in this verse. Sarvatrahoy nija ishta deva spurti. So a devotee has purified his existence through devotional service. He sees only Krishna in every step of life. Can we do that? Yes, you can. What do you mean you can't?
Not yet.
No, you can. When you look at the sun rising, you have to remember this is Krishna's energy. This is directly the Supreme Lord. No one can live without this sun rising. Every living being will die. So Krishna's life-giving energy through the sun planet, which is not different than him. Why? Because it's his energy, and his energy is not different than him. If you see the tiny little ant on the ground, you think this is just an ant. No, this is Krishna's jiva. And just look at this amazing tiny little body. You know, it looks so small to us, but, can you carry a house on your back? No, but an ant can. Compared to the weight of that entity, his own bodily weight, he can carry 10 times as much. So everything is amazing. Actually, there is nothing that is not absolutely amazing. But you know why it doesn't look amazing to us? Maya, ignorance, darkness, foolishness, avidya. That's why it doesn't look amazing to us. Because we're completely covered. But as soon as we start to see, just look, the fragrance of Krishna, the taste of the food, what's growing in this garden that Tulsi is planting all these little plants here and there and watering them, and Gorhari and everybody on Saturday. This is an amazing thing. There's nothing that's not amazing. The very fact that you're leaning against that wall.
Krishna's energy, inert energy.
How is it Krishna's energy?
Everything's Krishna. All the elements explained in the eight.
This wall is made out of wood. Where did that wood come from? Where did the tree come from? How did it come from the ground? A seed, right? But how did that seed grow? Because there's a jivatma in that seed. All the cement, the boulders, the stones, everything is Krishna's energy. And guess what? It's eternal. Did you know that? Did you know that everything, all this energy that's expanded in this world of 8 material elements, it's all eternal? Did you know that?
It's not actually destroyed.
Huh?
It's not actually destroyed at the end of
No. Only the forms and shapes. And when the entire cosmic manifestation of this entire universe and all the other universes are completely wound up after the dissolution of the universes, where does that energy go? It's eternal. It goes back into the body of Mahavishnu. And all the jivas who didn't make it in that entire 511 trillion years of, Lord Brahma's life, and they didn't make it, they got to go back in there and wait for the next one. And we don't know how many times we've been back and forth, in and out of the body of Mahavishnu, okay? We don't know. But for him, it's just one breath.
Creation, dissolution. Creation.
511 trillion years, earthly sun. One exhalation. One inhalation, another 511 trillion years that you're sitting inside of his body. Everything is Krishna. There's nothing that's separate from Krishna. And therefore, if devotees don't read the Bhagavad Gita and try to deeply contemplate it and understand it, they're just going to live in illusion. And they're going to have all kinds of lusty material desires. I'm the enjoyer. Everything's meant for my enjoyment. I'm going to chase after Maya until I get that happiness. And then you're going to get crushed again and again and again. But if we take words in the Bhagavad Gita and we actually meditate upon him, all in every single thing that we see, we should be intelligent. You know, devotees are not idiots. You cannot become a devotee if you're a dull fool, ignorant fool. You cannot become a devotee. Why? Because devotees have knowledge. It doesn't matter what your education, university, this or that. No. But you can't be a fool, completely bewildered by Maya's potency. Mudha. No. You have to be intelligent to be a devotee. For Krishna is giving all the intelligence. He comes and speaks it to us directly, so that 5,300 some years ago, he spoke this knowledge, and we're sitting here listening to it. The Bhagavad Gita. He manifested the Srimad Bhagavatam. He manifested the entire Vedic knowledge. But we have to become devotees. We have to become intelligent. And actually, devotees are intelligent. I don't think I've ever met a devotee that's not intelligent. I can say truthfully. Devotees they think about things differently than non-devotees. And that's because the Shuddha Sattva, the pure mode of goodness is coming. Mahamantra is coming. What does Mahaprabhu say? Vidya vadhu jivanam. The life of all transcendental knowledge. Vidya vadhu jivanam. So, a devotee who has purified his existence through devotional service, he sees only Krishna in every step of life. This is also explained in the next verse, which is a quotation from the Srimad Bhagavatam. And there, now Mahaprabhu is still answering the question of Ramananda Roy, and now he's quoting the verse from the 11th canto, which is stating the symptoms of a Uttam Mahabhagavata, Uttamadhikari. You know this verse? Sarva Bhuteshu Yah Pashyed Bhagavan Bhavam Atmanaha. Bhutani Bhagavat Yatman Esha Bhagavatottama. Esha Bhagavat Uttama. It Uttam Bhagavat. Mahaprabhu is saying, he's trying to back up what he's telling to Ramananda Roy with quotations from Shastra. So he's saying, he's quoting this verse. The meaning of this verse is that a person who is advanced in devotional service, he sees within everything, he sees the soul of all souls. That is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. And consequently, he always sees the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the cause of all causes, and he understands that all things are situated in him. So, Mahaprabhu continues with a couple more verses, and then he says to Ramananda Roy, my dear Roy, you are an advanced devotee. You are always filled with ecstatic love for Radha and Krishna, and therefore whatever you see, anywhere and everywhere, it simply awakens your Krishna consciousness. Then Ramananda Roy replied, my dear Lord, please give up all these serious talks. Please do not conceal your real form from me. And Ramananda Roy said, my dear Lord, I can understand that you have assumed the ecstasy and the bodily complexion of Srimati Radharani. Radhikar Bhav Kanti Kori Angikar. And by accepting these, you are tasting your own personal transcendental humor. That means Nija Rasa, your own rasa, Asvadite, you are tasting. And you have therefore appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. My dear Lord, incarnation of Lord Chaitanya, for your own personal reasons, you have come to taste your own spiritual bliss. At the same time, you are transforming the whole world by spreading the ecstasy of love of Godhead. Anusange prem moya koile tribuvan. My dear Lord, by your causeless mercy, you have appeared before me to grant me liberation. And now you are playing in a duplicitous way. What is the reason for this behavior? Lord Sri Krishna, he is the reservoir of all pleasure. And Srimati Radharani is the personification of ecstatic love of Godhead. These two forms have combined as one in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This being the case, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed his real form to Ramananda Rai. And upon seeing this form, Ramananda Roy lost consciousness in transcendental bliss. Unable to remain standing, he fell to the ground. And when Ramananda Roy fell to the ground unconscious, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu touched his hand, and he immediately regained consciousness. But when he saw Lord Chaitanya in the dress of a sannyasi, he was struck with wonder. After embracing Ramananda Roy, the Lord pacified him, informing him, but for you, no one has ever seen this form. All the truths about my pastimes and my mellows, Mor Tattva Lila Ras, they are all within your knowledge. Therefore, I have shown this form to you. Actually, my body does not have a fair complexion. It only appears so because it has touched the body of Srimati Radharani. However, she does not touch anyone but only the son of Nanda Maharaj. Radha does not touch anyone. I have now converted my body and my mind into the ecstasy. And thus, I am tasting my own personal sweetness in that form. Then Mahaprabhu admitted to his pure devotee Ramananda Roy, now there is no confidential activity unknown to you. Even though I try to conceal my activities, you can understand everything in detail by virtue of your advanced love for me. Then the Lord requested Ramananda Roy, keep all these talks a secret. Please do not expose them anywhere and everywhere. Since my activities appear to be like those of a madman, people may take them lightly and they may laugh. Then Mahaprabhu said, indeed, I am a madman. A madman. And therefore, we are on the same platform. So for 10 nights, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy spent a happy time discussing the pastimes of Krishna, and the conversations between Ramananda Roy and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu contained the most confidential subject matters touching the conjugal love between Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, Brajabhumi. And although they talked at great length about these pastimes, they could not reach the limit of discussion. And actually, These conversations, they are like a great mine where from a single place one can extract all kinds of metals, copper, bell metal, silver, and gold, and also touchstone, the basis of all metals. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy, they worked like miners, excavating all kinds of valuable metals, each one better than the other. Their questions and their answers are exactly like that. And the next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu begged Ramananda Roy to give him permission to leave, and at the time of farewell, the Lord gave him the following orders. Mahaprabhu said, "Give up all material engagements and come to Jagannath Puri. I will return there very soon after finishing my tour and my pilgrimage, and the two of us shall remain together at Jagannath Puri and happily pass our time discussing Krishna." Then Mahaprabhu embraced Sri Ramananda Roy, and after sending him back to his home, the Lord took rest. After rising from bed the next morning, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the local temple where there was a deity of Hanuman, and after offering him obeisances, the Lord departed for South India. So, all the residents of that place, Vidyanagar, they were of different faiths. But after seeing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they abandoned their own faiths and they became Vaishnavas. And when Ramananda Roy began to feel separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was overwhelmed. Meditating on the Lord, he gave up all his material business. I have briefly described the meeting between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy. No one can actually describe this meeting. It is even impossible for Lord Sheshanaga, who has thousands of hoods. The activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are like condensed milk, and the activities of Ramananda Roy are like large quantities of sugar candy. And their meeting is exactly like a mixture of condensed milk and sugar candy. And when they talk of the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, camphor is added. One who tastes this combined preparation is most fortunate. This wonderful preparation has to be taken orally. If one takes it, he becomes greedy to relish it even further. Rasa tattva gyan hoy ihar shravani. By hearing the talks between Ramananda Roy and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one becomes enlightened with the transcendental knowledge of the mellows of Radha and Krishna's pastimes. Thus, one can develop unalloyed love for the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. The author requests every reader to hear these talks with faith and without argument. And by studying them in this way, one will be able to understand the confidential truth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This part of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes is most confidential. One can derive benefit quickly only by faith. Otherwise, by arguing, one will always remain far away. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Advaita Charan, Jahara Sarvasva Tari Mile E Dan. He who has accepted as everything the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and Advaita Prabhu can attain this transcendental treasure. I offer 10 million obeisances unto the lotus feet of Sri Ramananda Roy, because from his mouth much spiritual information has been expanded by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I have tried to preach the pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's meeting with Ramananda Roy in accordance with the notebooks of Sri Swarup Damodar, praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy. I, Krishna Das, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. And thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, 8th chapter, describing the talks between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Ramananda Roy Gaur Premanande. Shri Krishna Tushyadas Kaviraj Goswami Pada Ki Jai. Jai Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Ramananda Roy Ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Jai Nantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Shri Gaurarti Ki Jai. Radha Krishna Jugalarti Ki Jai. Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
And the Padmanabha Maharaj ki jai.
Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev.
बहुकोटि चंद्र दिनी गर्दन उद्भा जैसे गणना हरि धनना शिव शुक्ल नारद प्रेम घड़ा गदा भक्ति विनोद देखे गौर संपदा Krishna Jigala Mila Bharati Kore Lalita Disakida Vandana Mohana Rita Subhana Sundar Sundar Shiki Bhakta Tira Madhava Harisaga Dharmane Shabanu Kanya Ila Dasana Gori Tirune Kanya Ananda Vijaya Lanka Kore Karama Harimala Vimohana Gauta Vishwamati Shaktigan
jai. Jai Shri Gurudev Vishnu Shivara Sotra Sati Srimad Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharti Swami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Gurudev Vishnu Shivara Sotra Sati Srimad Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Gurudev Vishnu Shivara Sotra Sati Srimad Srila Bhakti Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev ki jai. Jai Shri Gurudev Vishnu Shivara Sotra Sati Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Shri Nitya Vishnu Shpad Ashtotra Satya Srimad Srila Bhakti Pragyan Kesa Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Nitya Vishnu Shpad Ashtotra Satya Srimad Srila Bhakti Rakshak Srila Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Varshabhanu Devi Srila Bhakti Satta Saraswati Thakur Srila Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Shri Parama Bhagavat Parva Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Saptam Goswami Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Jai Shri Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Srila Baladev Vijibhushan Prabhu ki jai. Jai Shri Rasa Acharya Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki jai. Jai Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Thai ki jai. Jai Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Jai Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai. Jai Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Jai Shri Swarup Damodar Rai Ramanandi Shri Gaur Parshurana ki jai. Shri Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Shri Gaur Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Mayapur Dham Navadvip Dham Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Govardhan Dvasamaka Shivaj Mandhala ki jai. Ganga Yamuna Tulasi Bhakti Devi ki jai. Jai Shri Vrinda Devi ki jai. Purnamasi Yogamai ki jai. Gopishwar Mahadeva ki jai. Jai Shri Sarva Vigna Vishakari Shri Nrsimhadeva ki jai. Bhakti Parvar Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhaja Sudarshan Chakraju ki jai. Jai Shri Charidam Chari Sampradaya Chari Acharya ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Grantaraj Shri ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Jai Shri Sadhu Sangha ki jai. Jai Shri Harikatha ki jai. Jai Shri Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Jai Shri Samagata Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Dai Gaur Premanandi Hari.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste.
thank you all for visiting New Village.
Jai Shri Mati Tulsi Maharani. Jai
It ain't over.
Krishna
Are we all becoming madmen? Hi, Radhanath Prabhuji. Same time, same channel tomorrow.